So I recently found a really good Cyberpunk Edge Runners review. It's quite deep, well-produced and thought-provoking content, and I really liked it. So if this sounds interesting to you, check out the video. It's linked down in the description. And with that said, hello and welcome to another Overlord lore video, and today we are going to take a closer look at the battle between Brain Unglaus and Cocytus. Now this was a really one-sided battle that it was really worth to be watched. And it greatly illustrates how Overlord approaches the topic of battle and character development. But before we're going to take a closer look at all of this, let's take a closer look at my Patreons and thank them for supporting this channel. Furthermore, I say thanks to all users of the YouTube thanks function who made one-time donations. Also please check out my newest video about adventurer guilds. It's linked down in the description. Now with all of that said, let's dive into the topic. And right off the bat, the fight encompasses what makes Overlord so interesting. For normally, in most action-based anime, whether it be shonen, seinen or slice of life, the battle is the main point of all of it. It is the climax. And boy is One Piece a good lover, considering that the show is going on for, 30 years now? And many animes have the same spectacular over-the-top action. But you never doubt that in the end, Naruto will win, because again, the show is called Naruto. And I think the same applies to Boruto and to many other animes, light novels and manga out there. But among all of these animes, light novels and mangas, the focus seldomly lies on whether or not the character is able to make it even out alive. And Overlord is so refreshingly different, because you don't doubt whether or not Einzelgon will win. Because the battle even against Platinum was never the main point, and the only exception to this rule can be found in the battle Einzelgon vs Sheltier. It really is about everything besides the battle. Can the lizardmen save their homes by sacrificing themselves? Will Archer survive, like in the web novel? And then there was this one time at the end of volume 12, where I really talked very angrily with the book. And Eins for that matter, because I feared that a character I really liked would not survive the next volume. Battles in Overlord are not really about the fight, they are about the characters, their personalities, troubles, emotions, dreams and fears that led them to where they are. And the same applies to the fight between Cocytus and Brain Unglaus, because he used to be a cocky and naturally gifted swordman, and his hubris only stopped when he fought and lost to Gazef. Then he finally started to train, to hone his craft, to acquire a rare blade, to get more magical items, to prepare himself for battle with magic potions, all in order to eventually fight and beat Gazef, so that he once again could regain the sense of superiority and power that he once had. And he wanted to do so by any means necessary. Therefore he joined the Death Spreading Brigade, in order to fight against actual human enemies, no matter whether or not they were just knights defending a noble lady, or a small unit of soldiers. Brain Unglaus did everything he could to become stronger. But once he ran into Sheltier and lost to her, his entire sense of self was shattered. He thought that if he could just train hard enough, he would eventually surpass Gazef and be the strongest man in the kingdom. But once he met Sheltier, it was clear to him that all of this was pointless, that he would never be strong enough to beat her, and fear and despair had gripped his heart. But, and this is where the story begins to take a turn for the better, he still was strong, and started to use his strength for the sake of others. He became just, as Nea would have said. He raided the brothel-defended climb and learned to have other goals and aspirations beside being the strongest at all cost. He grew personally, and once he met Sheltier a second time, he was prepared to face death, and even had a small triumph by clipping her nail, the very thing that deflected his katana during the first fight. Brain now celebrated the little triumphs, the little moments and improvements, and once the city was breached, he wanted to fight the Sorcerer King, even though he knew that he would die. He faced certain death, and still continued to pursue the Sorcerer King. But then he met someone who would truly understand and appreciate him as a warrior. Another monster of Shaltyr's caliber, Cocytus. And once he faced him, Brain Unglaus did achieve everything he wanted in life. He went beyond Gazev Stronov by using every power he had. Gazev Stronov was below the level of 30, but by using all martial arts that Brain Unglaus had, and by drinking all the potions he could drink, he managed, albeit just for a short moment, not only to enter, but to surpass the realm of heroes. Because Cocytus estimated that his last attack would have been equal to that of a level 40 being. This was more than Gazev could do at his peak, and Brain Unglaus did it without the wild magic ring on his finger, and he was not only acknowledged as a warrior by one of the monsters he feared, but also treasured by it. He had made his name as a legendary warrior for eternity. And Cocytus was, after carving through cowards and peasants on the battlefield before, moved by Brain Unglaus' effort and sheer determination, so much so that he refused to go past him after his Shivas have frozen him solid in order to preserve him. He changed course and went around Brain Unglaus. So in a sense his efforts quite literally moved a mountain, or rather an iceberg, for Cocytus had taken a detour. Brain Unglaus actually managed to stall him for a little while. So in short, Brain went from a young cocky swordsman to an obsessed fighter, willing to do anything to be stronger, to a coward, crippled by fear, to a protector, all the way to the best version of himself that he could ever hope to be. And he achieved everything he wanted during his lifetime in his very last moments. And I think that this is beautiful, and a truly heroic ending for a man like him. In other anime, the main character struggles to win. In Isekai, the main character wins easily. But in Overlord, I desperately rooted for a guy I knew would lose. And yet still, the second-long battle was better than most fights I have ever seen. And with all of that said, I say thank you very much for watching. Be sure to let me know what you are thinking about the fight and about my take on this battle. Also, special thanks to Erder Daddy Erder, Bedgar Ye, Bed Burrito 316, Beezer, Ben C, Brandon D, Chrissy, Crowley 0221, Sia, Crystal Prime, Dad Slime, Death is Mercy, Deathless Dragonlord, Demon Xenomorph 1987, Devin Downen, Ding Dong, Dark Dragon, Dystopia, Dystopia II, Enigmatic Unicorn, Feral Shivan, Guy with That Head, Hector Marino, Hoss, Haster, Jacob G, Jonna B, Jason, J. Morris, Chromius, Kyle R, Legendarius, Lelouch V. Britannia with a Mustache, Lexus Fox, Lord Nishikian Rai, Lord Touch Me, Merovec, Mr. Shoes, Mr. Tweaker, Michael R, Michael Y, Nope, Oh Hell No, Normal Toad, Oh Kill, Overlord General Gasper, Paddy Pantum, Personage, Primus 11, Q Necarcos P, Shergox's Daddy, Shadow Lightning Wolf, Shrine Keeper, Super Tier Magic Batista Bomb, Supreme Cheese, Staris, Ted, Texas Deer, The Orc Warboss, Rock Ed Smasher, T.E. Wang, The Shawkeye, Vegito 27, Venture Fanatic, Wilhelm, Xenokai, and Zonagon. Thanks guys. Anyway, have a nice day, and I hope to see you all again soon on my next video.